Hey guys, this is Peter Ferguson from Compass Real Estate and Ferguson Group in the Washington, D.C. area. Today I just want to have a really quick discussion about appraisals. Now, I'm not an appraiser, I'm not a lender, but just want to give you sort of some of my thoughts on the appraisal process and when or what happens if you waive an appraisal and the house doesn't appraise, right? So we are in a super competitive market nationally, but also in the Washington, D.C. area. It seems like every single family home that a person buys or makes an offer on, there's like 20 different offers. So to be competitive, people are waiving contingencies. It's a normal thing. You almost have to do it in order to win a contract. So one of the things that people have been doing a lot, and my clients do it, and when I think there's a good opportunity, we certainly will waive an appraisal, right? And we do it when I have a lot of confidence the property is going to appraise. Two, my clients have enough cash to cover the difference between if it doesn't appraise and what the sales price is. And three, if they have the ability to restructure the mortgage that they've locked in on, right? So in some cases, a property you could be writing $50,000 over or $100,000 over, pretty confident it's going to appraise, and maybe you end up $20,000 short, $30,000 short, $50,000 short, right? So client hopefully is putting a decent amount down. If you're writing that much over, hopefully you're putting that much more down. And in that case, if it didn't appraise, you could change your the amount that you're putting down. So instead of putting 20% down, you could put 10% down. You can restructure a mortgage in that way. But the key thing is that if you're waiving the appraisal and it doesn't appraise, you have to come up with something, because the other party can keep your earnest money. Should you decide you want to walk, you really have no right to walk if you waive the appraisal. So again, first thing you can do is you can cover that difference. You can renegotiate that mortgage. Again, it's only a really good solution. It's only a really good way to make an offer, and a compelling offer, if you can do it, right? And if you're on the selling side, it's always good to ask the other agent, what will happen if it doesn't appraise? Does the client have enough cash to cover? If you're on the selling side, you want to talk to the lender, make sure the lender is aware that it could not appraise, and what we would do, what would be the likely scenario of what could happen. So that's an important thing to understand. So again, just in this competitive market, unfortunately you have to waive contingencies to win. An appraisal is one that a lot of people do, and that's what happens. If it doesn't appraise, again, you bring extra cash to the table, you renegotiate, or you restructure your mortgage. But that's how it happens. Now, if you have an appraisal contingency in the contract and it doesn't appraise, then you have the right to do those things, put extra cash down, restructure the mortgage, or you could walk away from the contract. You can easily void the contract because it did not appraise. You would get your full earnest money back, and you would get your earnest money back in full. And then also the seller does have the opportunity; they can lower the price. So, say you're making an offer on $1 million property, does not appraise for $1 million. You have the right to either say it's okay, we still want the property, don't want it to go back in the market, or the seller could say we'll lower the price to what the appraised value is, or you could just walk away. Now, in this market today, if you're sitting there thinking it's better, if it doesn't appraise, good, like I'll walk away, and the seller has to do something. Seller doesn't have to do anything. Seller can, in a lot of cases, will gladly put the house back on the market and hopefully get multiple offers, and somebody who is waiving the appraisal, right? So again, it's just a competitive market. You have to have those things in mind. what's going to happen if you do waive the appraisal. Again, it's very normal to waive the appraisal. It's okay to waive the appraisal in a lot of cases, but you just want to make sure you know what's going to happen if it doesn't appraise, right? Can you bear the brunt of the price discrepancy? All right. If you have any questions on this, feel free to DM me, reach out in any way. Happy to help. All right. Till the next video. See you soon.